Uno de los body kits que están más trending ahora mismo, que es del corillo de Roundwell. Este proyecto quisieron recrear lo que es el flow del Celica, el Castrol. Más que vuela la cabeza es que, besides the Mitsubishi, what other platform you guys work on?
Well, probably the most prominent would be the Subaru. There probably is not an engine we haven't made a sleeve for yet. We do Nissan, we do Toyotas, 2ZZ, 2JZ, Mitsubishi, Subaru. Subaru, we do the EJ20, EJ25, or the EJ257.
1,000 horsepower and plus on the Duramaxes. So this is an LBZ Duramax. It's a 2006 6.6 liter. So one of the main key factors on how to get performance out of these Duramaxes. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that like to put these in other platforms. People do them in Hummers. They do them in classic vehicles as well. We've had Chevelles.
Hola corillo, bienvenidos a un nuevo episodio. Nos transportamos ahora a la área de afuera, donde vamos a estar apreciando diferentes proyectos, lo que a ustedes de verdad les gusta y les gusta apreciar. Aquí en la parte de atrás pues obviamente tenemos algunos carros exóticos. Como pueden ver, tenemos un Lambo Liberty Walk aquí, tenemos un McLaren con su white body también. Tenemos aquí también un Porsche que tiene más o menos el flow del kit de RWD y una Corvette ahí atrás, también el white body con las puertas para arriba, que yo no entiendo el por qué diablo le ponen esas puertas así, pero anyway, para los gustos de los colores. Vamos a seguir viendo, mira aquí atrás también tenemos la famosa Flow Monster Truck, las trocas levantadas con los aros grandes, con sus suspensiones de aire extremadamente, miren esa G-Wagon a la parte de atrás con sus 6 gomas, que obviamente eso no es algo que tú ves todos los días. Recuerda darle like, suscribirse, like, tus famosas letras. Corillo, esto es lo más icónico que tenemos aquí encima. Miren esta belleza aquí. Esto yo creo que es una de las cosas más icónicas que tenemos aquí en este evento de SEMA, donde todo el mundo viene a tirarse fotos. Así que nada, aprecieron la cámara. Ustedes si vienen para acá tienen que tirarse fotos ahí, definitivamente, porque si no te tiraste fotos aquí cuando viniste a SEMA, no hiciste nada. Corillo, aquí podemos apreciar uno de los body kits que están más trending ahora mismo, que es del corillo de Roundwell. Este Porsche, que es el famoso RWD, entre muchos más. Este caballero, ustedes saben que este es el asiático que esto hace todo a ojo, a mano, que siempre tiene fumándose un cigarrillo, etcétera, etcétera. Pues, hermano, estos body kits están bien pompeados, están bien de moda ahora mismo, por lo menos para el que tiene chavo, porque esos body kits valen un canto de ojo. Creo que en un podcast yo hablé de eso, cubrí más o menos por encimita, pero lo que yo quiero que ustedes aprecien es cómo se ve este carro. Mira, con un wrap violetita, con obviamente sus extensiones de livery, con su aro custom 3 piezas, con la cara blanca, cromeado. Hermano, los canards que se ven que son custom made, bueno, se ve bien cool. Yo creo que este carro, hubo un video donde lo grabaron, donde el pana lo estaba haciendo. De verdad, el carro se ve cool. No es mi favorito, prefiero la caja anterior, pero, anyway, es una obra de arte, se ve cabrón. Por ello, aquí tenemos la gente de PPE que nos va a dar un tour de todo lo que tenemos aquí. Especialmente nos vamos a enfocar en los motores que son hechos aquí en la casa y el caballero aquí presente nos va a estar informando y dejándonos saber todas las especificaciones de los motores que ellos trabajan y todo lo que a usted le gusta, los performance y los racing. Así que, tell us your name to the audience.
So I'm Charles here at PPE. We're going to show you a tour of some of these engines that we have here, some high performance engines, and how we get these things to do, 1,000 horsepower and plus on the Duramaxes. So this is an LBZ Duramax. It's a 2006 6.6 liter diesel engine. So one of the main key factors on how to get performance out of these Duramaxes is a secondary CP3 pump. By allowing you to get the secondary CP3 pump, you're able to increase your horsepower, your capabilities of getting horsepower for fuel from 600 all the way up to 1,200. Traditionally, these only have one pump that sits here in the valley. And with us, you're able to run lines all the way through. You're able to run our belts, all of our stuff, all of our accessories here to make sure you have enough fuel to support all those modifications you might have. We have nice silicone hoses that we do. We do valve covers, fuel filters, manifolds and up pipes. Really make sure that heat is able to get extracted from the engine as well as down pipes. And all of that leads to more performance because you're able to get more air out of the engine, out to the exhaust. And all it really is, more air in and more air out, bigger turbos, bigger injectors, really helps these things, thrive in the drag strip world.
Now, I have a question. These engines, you guys build this in-house, or this is an engine that you guys actually sell to the people?
So we sell them to the people as well. So our biggest project that we've done has been 1,500 horsepower. with bigger injectors. You know, all of our stuff here, compound turbo. So you have, you know, your turbo here. You have piping that comes over to the side with another turbo on the side. So you have dual turbos. There are guys in the industry that do diesels that would even do triple turbos, and that's 3 turbos, you know, feeding each other. And you know, those guys are pushing 3,000 horsepower nowadays.
And most of the customers, what are their main goals? Like, what in which industry they're focused more? They're like, I'm assuming they're more into the drag racing.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, drag racing. There's guys that are out there that we call pull trucks, and what they do is they hooked up a tractor trailer to the end, and they just see how far they could pull it. You know, it has 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 pounds, and they just want to see how far they could pull that drag thing
Interesting.
through the dirt, you know? And what they have are rakes, and as you go further, the rakes dig more and more into the dirt. So it's a different competition for these diesel guys. You know, they're crazy guys. They love high horsepower, but more importantly is the amount of torque these things make. You know, because
Yes.
if you're doing 1,000 horsepower, really you're at 1,700 torque. You know, compared to a gasoline engine where maybe you're doing 1,000 horsepower, but you're only 700 foot-pound torque, and torque is what really throws you back, you know, into your seat.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, is this an engine that a lot of people, or if there's any people who likes to swap them out in other platforms, or this is mainly for trucks?
Correct, yeah. So there's a lot of people that like to put these in other platforms. We've done, for instance, a ripsaw, which was basically, it was a military project where they put it inside of a military truck. People do them in Hummers. They do them in classic vehicles as well. We've had Chevelles. You know, we had a guy put in a Chevelle. Personally,
Cool.
myself, I own a 2003 Suburban where I put this inside of a Suburban. So mine is a little bit fast. You know, it's nothing crazy like anything like this, but you know, it's a 2003. So we took out the LS engine and we put a Duramax inside of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. A lot of the LS fans, they're gonna be a little hurt for what you just said.
Hey, you know, they're fast trucks, they're fast engines, but you can never beat a diesel, you know?
Absolutely. There you have it, everybody. I hope you guys like this content. Everything's gonna be translated in Spanish, so make sure you hit the like button. Tell the people, my audience, the social media, so
Yeah.
they can follow you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Follow us at PP Power. We're all over. We do high performance parts. Anything you guys want, we'll work with you. We do gasoline engines too, not just diesels, but we do specialize in diesels. If you guys want, hit us up. We're here at SEMA. We're having a good time. Gracias.
Thank you very much. Corillo, pues ahí vieron, traduje lo más que pude en esa parte donde estaba hablando con el caballero aquí de la gente de PPE, Pacific Performance Engineering. Asegúrense de seguir la página de ellos, o si quieren chequear un poco de lo que ellos trabajan, que son motores turbo diésel, que está bien loco porque estos motores ellos lo tienen, ellos los preparan ya ready para dragueo o para este otro tipo de competencia, que es donde pues las pickups están jalando un dolly con peso. Quiero mostrarles rapidito algunas de las cosas que ellos trabajan aquí. Me pareció muy interesante las cosas que estas personas trabajan aquí. Por ejemplo, aquí pueden ver los oil pans, el retenedor de aceite de la parte de abajo. Aquí pueden ver también que tienen todos los adapters, los V-vans para lo que son las turbinas, los downpipes, los intercoolers, los tanquecitos, bueno, el cover de los turbos. Bueno, tienen demasiado de cosas aquí. Me pareció muy interesante estos motores, lo que son los Duramax, los Cummins. Allá atrás hay un Cummins, pero quise enfocarse en el Duramax porque pienso y creo que es uno de los más populares que ellos trabajan. Pero aquí, ¿verdad? Dándole un poquito de información a ustedes, todo un poco. Este contenido va a romper porque quiero meterme y enseñarle un poquito más de los performance que nosotros tenemos aquí encima. Vamos encima. Pero nos encontramos aquí en el paraíso de nosotros, los toyoteros. Y muchos de ustedes van a decir, yo soy un hondero que traicionó a los Honda y me metí a toyotero. No, yo siempre he sido de todas las marcas, pero actualmente el proyecto que tengo es un Toyota, que ustedes saben, el Toyota Mark II. Y aquí podemos apreciar, estamos en el área de los Toyota, y aquí podemos apreciar un Supra, que ustedes dirán, y yo le he dicho, que no es Toyota, pero el manufacturero que lo fabrica y pues le pone las insignias es Toyota. Yo creo que me acompañen aquí, que podamos apreciar algunos de los Toyotas que se dieron aquí presentes y se dieron cita aquí encima. Por ejemplo, aquí tenemos la GR Corolla, que esa nunca puede faltar, siempre está en todas. Otro Supra más a la parte de aquí atrás. Nada estrambótico, nada fuera de lo normal. Por ejemplo, como la parte de atrás que tenemos GR 86. Ya este proyecto yo lo enseñé, pero quiero de nuevo hablar de este proyecto, porque este proyecto quisieron recrear lo que es el flow del Celica, el Castrol, el famoso Celica que ganó tantas competencias en el mundo del rally. Y como mencioné en el episodio anterior, lo más que vuela la cabeza es que este carro le hicieron un swap de la GR, de la Corolla GR, lo hicieron all-wheel drive y lo hicieron flow off-road. Le adaptaron la parte del frente del Celica GT4, el icónico GT4. Los asientos por dentro son halos, que son sparkles, con sus cinturones sparkles. Bueno, este tiene un roll cage a la parte de adentro. El spoiler, yo estoy casi seguro que es del Supra, de un flow del Supra, pero si no es el del Supra, trataron de hacerlo lo más parecido al del Celica. Y bueno, trataron de recrear este concepto que de verdad a mí me parece demasiado de interesante, con los mud flaps, los aros. Me hubiera encantado que le hubieran puesto los aros, los OZ, los que son la cara completa, los OZ, ustedes saben cuáles yo estoy hablando. Pero en realidad es que el carro, yo al principio, dato curioso, no sabía el por qué le estaban dando tanto foro a este carro, porque yo decía, pues maybe es un GR86 normal. Y la verdad es que lo que tiene en el corazón, que es el motor de la Corolla, eso es lo más que le vuela la cabeza a la gente, aparte de que tiene todo su sistema de all-wheel drive y tiene todo lo que nosotros siempre amamos de la fiebre rally y de los carros de los 90 con ese flow rally como el Celica GT4. Así que, y más con el livery de Castrol. No es Castrol, pero sabemos, no tiene sticker de Castrol, pero sabemos que es un Castrol. Nada, Cory, vamos a seguir viendo qué tenemos más por aquí. All right, so I'm here with
Dave.
and your company is?
I'm Dave from LA Sleeves.
Tell me about the company.
So we're a 79-year-old business based in Santa Fe Springs, California, family business. We produce engine sleeve liners, similar to what you see here. Our sleeve liners are produced in order to either repair an engine block or to reinforce an engine block for racing or performance, street performance. Our sleeves are manufactured still in Santa Fe Springs, California, America, which is unusual these days.
Yes.
But after all these years, we're still making a go, and we're very successful at it. Our material is a centrifugally spun cast gray and ductile iron. It's a ferrous material using high nickel chromium for its hardening ingredients, and we heat treat the material so it can withstand tremendous amounts of boost. So big turbo, superchargers, and spraying with nitrous. Our lineup goes from anything from a small two-stroke motorcycle, 39 millimeter bore.
Interesting.
Yeah, we go all the way up to an 8.5 inch bore for locomotive sleeves, and anything in between. Tractors, Mitsubishis, Audi, BMW, Porsche, we do it all. Basic repair or for performance.
So now you mentioned the Mitsubishi.
Yes.
I have a huge audience who are Mitsubishi fans, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna like what they're seeing. And I just want to give emphasize a little bit on the Mitsubishi, since you mentioned it, and my audience love that platform. What kind of Mitsubishi motors you guys can offer these sleeves right here?
So the Mitsubishi, they make multiple engine platforms, okay? Most of their engines are the inline four-cylinder. They also do a V6. So this particular Mitsubishi is a 4B11T Evo X,
Nice.
the Evo 10, I should say, Mitsubishi aluminum block. These are very popular sleeve for us. We do an open deck, and an open deck sleeve is very similar to this design right here. And a closed deck has this ridging right here, which closes the deck off, okay? And so you can sort of see the two different displays. So the sleeves are designed to take it from, really they're 280 horsepower engine stock. This particular engine was making 1,590 horsepower. Large horsepower, obviously, is for drag racing.
Right,
you know?
absolutely.
And so, across the Mitsubishi platform, there's the 4G63, the 4G64. Now, those are a cast iron block. A lot of the cast iron, a lot of the drifter cars use the cast iron blocks because they're very durable. But after about 550 horsepower, they start to fracture and crack on the deck. So for the 4B11, it's an aluminum block. Sleeves are required even at really over 450 horsepower in our estimation. On the other hand, for the 4G63, 4G64, we make a sleeve. It's a much different design. It's just a straight wall sleeve, similar to the bottom part of this sleeve. Straight wall sleeve. What makes it so good? What makes it so good is the sleeve material. So the 4G63 and 4G64, it's a poured cast iron material. So they pour the material into a block. A lot of porosity in those stock blocks, although it's compacted to a certain extent. Because it's poured, it has some brittle aspect to it. So what our sleeves is a centrifugal spun casting. So what it is they pour the material into a cauldron. It spins the material and it forces it out into a tube. As it's spinning, the material grows and it pulls itself against the casting tubing, and it creates a very dense, very hard material. And the density and the hardness of the material, you put that into a cast iron block like the 4G63, 4G64, you line it with this thin wall, ductile hardened sleeve made of our Moly 2000 ductile iron. In doing so, it makes the block stronger. So it just depends on the power levels you're trying to produce on that cast iron block. So these are kind of these are the different engine platforms on the Mitsubishi that are using our sleeves.
Besides the Mitsubishi, what other platform do you guys work as far as JDM, how they call it, like import?
Yes, so, well, probably the most prominent would be the Subaru. Yeah, the JDM Subarus. We do, goodness, there probably is not an engine we haven't made a sleeve for yet. So, so for the Japanese, we do Nissan, we do Toyotas, 2ZZ, for the Toyota, the 2JZ.
2JZ.
Oh yeah, sorry. The Mitsubishi, Subaru. Subaru, we do the EJ20, EJ25, or the EJ257. We do the V6 Subarus. We do the BRS, or the
BRZ.
BRZ. Thank you so much.
I got you, no problem.
Yeah, and so there really is no engine that we have not produced performance sleeves for. Primarily, the greater movers, we'll say, are the engines that are being used most in racing. So even down to in the American market, the domestic V8 would be like an LS7, the LS platforms. BMW, the inline 4, the inline 6-cylinder BMWs. These are kind of what we are specializing these days.
Wonderful, wonderful. So it was a pleasure to meet you. It is a very great information to have and share it with the audience. Obviously, I'm going to utilize AI to translate all these on Spanish.
Yes, I understand.
So don't worry about it, because that's most of my audience is Spanish.
Okay.
So I'm going to translate. I'm going to keep both. So I'm going to do the English and the Spanish version. And can you tell my audience where they can find you guys, like social media, website, they can search you guys up?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Our website is lasleeve.com. Instagram.
Work with a lot of folks that they hold in records in the quarter mile.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And after all these, everything is done, I have a lot of people that are waiting for me over there. For example, I don't know if you ever heard about Brett Lasala. He has a Coyote motor, the green one that's not rocket.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a podcast with him
pending.
I have a podcast with Frustrated EG pending.
He uses our sleeves in his block.
That's good to know.
Yeah, he uses our sleeves in his block.
That's good to know. That's good to know. And now he's running crazy.
I don't think he even knows he uses our sleeves, but I know he does. Because I know his engine builder.
Now he's running crazy numbers with the 3.0 not rocket.
Yeah.
Like he's already on the 5 seconds, so he's running crazy numbers. All right, so
are we back on?
Let's recover from where we had left off.
Okay. You can find us at lasleeve.com. Our social media also, Instagram at LA Sleeve, Facebook at LA Sleeve, Twitter, which is X, and all multiple platforms that you can find us.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So there you guys have it. Make sure to check out everything they have on their site. If you guys are building anything, he already mentioned it on this whole information they already provide us. There's not a single engine they haven't worked with. So check them out. Make sure to follow them on all social media platforms. Check out their website. Make sure to check everything they got, because this looks amazing. MOZE 350 for MOZE TV. I'll catch you guys later. See you later.
Thank you.